Hello everybody, welcome to week 3 of Simply Centered. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you guys. Happy early 4th of July. I cannot believe we're already almost over halfway through with our program. I want to do a quick follow-up video today for you guys because last week we were talking about the macronutrient protein, and I wanted to touch today and focus on carbohydrates. As a reminder, a balanced diet of carbohydrates, fat, and protein is one that's never going to go out of style and is one that will be healthy for you long term. So I really think it's important to look at something like this instead of thinking about different fads or trendy diets that might be getting a lot of exposure in the media in any given time. Decade. There's always different things coming up. So I like us to really focus on foundations. So let's talk a little bit about the carbohydrates and what they are. So a carbohydrate, when we think about it in the most simplest manner, is simply to nourish our body to give us energy. And carbohydrates may have a bad rap right now, but they actually can help us maintain a healthy weight. They can help us have good cardiovascular health. They have very great benefits if we're consuming the right carbohydrates. If we're consuming the wrong carbohydrates, we will have those detrimental impacts such as type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, obesity. Just like anything, we need to make sure that we're putting the right things in our body and using things in moderation to create that balance. So I mentioned that there is two types of carbohydrates, and they are not created equal. There's the simple carbohydrate, which is anything that's going to end in OSE on an ingredient label. So you might see sucrose, glucose, fructose, anything like that. It's just basically another name for sugar, and that is going to be a simple carbohydrate. So what that means is that the chemical makeup of that carb is very simplistic and it's easy for the body to digest very quickly, meaning that it's going to spike our blood sugar and it's going to give us a quick burst of energy, but then it's going to leave us feeling tired or not satisfied and still hungry later. So they are they're good if you maybe just need a very quick burst of energy if you're doing something like a hard workout or a big cardiovascular workout. That might be a good idea, but again, in moderation. Fruit does fall within the simple carbohydrate, but I want to remind all of us that fruit is a little bit of an exception, not completely, again, everything in moderation, but fruit also contains fiber and it also contains antioxidants and minerals. So when you consume fruit, although it does have sugar in there and it will spike the blood sugar, it's not going to do it nearly as quickly because the fiber is going to help regulate that in your bloodstream. So those are the ones that we really want to be watchful of and think about really limiting our consumption when we think about carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates are very much what they sound like. So they're much more complex, which means that it takes the body longer to digest and to absorb, which is going to leave us feeling fuller longer, which is always good. And they also have good fiber in it and for us for our digestion. And it also carries different antioxidants and such for us as well that are always good and healthy for us. So some examples of complex carbohydrates are going to be anything with your whole grains. So whole grain rice, whole grain wheat, oats, beans and legumes are going to fall underneath that classification. Vegetables are going to fall under there as well, including your starchy vegetables. They're a complex carbohydrate. So those are the ones that you really want to be filling yourself up with because they're going to take longer for your body to digest and absorb, like I mentioned, which means that they're not going to spike your blood sugar like the simple carbohydrate is going to. And then lastly, I want to just touch quickly on the refined carbohydrate. So a whole grain is made up of 3 different things. It's bran, germ, and endosperm. And so when manufacturers are actually creating a refined carbohydrate, they remove a lot of the nutritional value and fiber out of that to create a longer shelf life, which makes it a refined carbohydrate. So think about your white flours, your white sugars, anything like that. That is going to spike your blood sugar. That is going to give you that quick burst of energy, but again, it's not going to stay with you, and it's long-term not good for you, and not good in terms of the impacts that it can have on your health in terms of weight, cardiovascular, and diabetes. So that is what a refined carbohydrate is. All carbohydrates in terms of calories are going to be 4 calories a gram. They're going to be the same. And for your body, you should be consuming anywhere between 45 to 65% of your daily calories from carbohydrates, really focusing on those vegetables, really focusing on those complex carbohydrates. So it's all individual though, so I want you guys to think about it and how you feel best. If you feel best on a lower carbohydrate diet, that's okay too. But I just want to provide the facts for you and let you know what you're consuming and how you're nourishing your body and how you might feel even better. So thank you guys for listening. Please let me know if you have any questions, and next week we'll end our program together talking about fats and healthy fats and how they can also help nourish your body. Thank you guys. Talk to you soon.